Welcome back. Today we'll take a look at the unexpected, the powerful, and the feel-good. From a word that captures the magic of happy accidents to a bold act that reshaped the American frontier and a Cold War era operation with far-reaching impact. We're covering some serious ground. The icing on this cake is a tune that reminds us all to slow down and savor the moment. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and check it out. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for May 20th. May 20th is the 140th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 141st in leap years, with 235 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is serendipity. Serendipity is a noun that means the faculty or phenomenon of finding a valuable or agreeable thing not sought for, or an instance of this. This is a complicated way of expressing good luck or an unexpected happy find. A couple of example sentences might include, "What serendipity to stumble onto this lovely old bookstore where they just happened to have a book I've wanted for years." Or, "Fear turned into serendipity when she stopped into the little cafe where she met the people who could and did help her get her where she was trying to go." The word serendipity comes to us from a Persian fairy tale. First known use of the word serendipity is 1754. Serendipity. And with that, in the 1800s, the people of the United States were spreading across the North American continent. On May 20th, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Homestead Act into law. The Homestead Act had been created in an effort to encourage people to settle and develop the territories. Great opportunity for all sorts of people. With a few exceptions, one had to be at least 21 years of age or the head of a household and be a U.S. citizen or intend to become one. The homesteader then had to live on the property, build a dwelling, and cultivate a portion of the land for at least 5 years. Once these were achieved, the homesteader could pay a small fee and apply for a land patent or deed, and then they would become the legal owner of the property. This wasn't as easy as it sounds, and some people were not able to prove out, as in building a building, cultivating land, and living there for 5 years, and Native American tribes got displaced right and left. But here we are, many of us west of the Mississippi River, because our ancestors took advantage of the Homestead Act. The Homestead Act, by the way, remained in effect until the enactment of the Federal Land Policy and Management Act of 1976. From May to July of 1956, the United States conducted a series of nuclear test detonations at the Bikini and Eniwetok atolls in the Pacific Ocean. This series was called Operation Redwing, and it was on May 20th, 1956, that the first airborne hydrogen bomb of Operation Redwing was dropped over the Bikini Atoll. Today's song is Groovin' by the Young Rascals. Written by Felix Cavallari and Eddie Brigatti of the Young Rascals, this song was different from their usual type of song. In fact, Atlantic Records didn't want to release it as a single at first, but the group had a friend in the industry, disc jockey Murray the K, who loved it and intervened on their behalf to convince Atlantic to release it as a single. It came out in April of 1967 and was pretty much an instant hit, reaching number 1 status on the Billboard Hot 100 on May 20th, 1967 for the first of 2 weeks. Groovin' has been covered by several other artists, and the Young Rascals have also recorded it in other languages. Groovin' by the Young Rascals, number 1, May 20th, 1967, link in the description. How about that? Isn't it something the way history and language have a way of surprising us? Like stumbling across something wonderful when you weren't even looking. Whether it's the unplanned promise of serendipity, homesteaders chasing a new life, or even a Sunday afternoon, groovin' with no particular place to go, each moment carries the potential to change everything. Now for today's quote, I've been collecting quotes since I started including them in the videos. And as I was looking through my quote collection for today's video, I saw this one and I thought, well, that'll fit right in. Today's quote is by Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher and student of Socrates, who said, "The beginning is the most important part of the work." Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.